Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Check it out. Katt Williams is in hot water. Cory Holcomb reacts to comedian Reggie Carroll being gunned down with a shotty. Now Cory Holcomb tells Katt Williams he need to come clean to let the family know what happened and to cooperate with the police and get closure to this situation. But y'all watching this, y'all caught up on all this, snitch that. Would Katt Williams be considered as snitching if he come clean and let it be known what happened to his friend's family? We're going to get into all that. But before we do that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell and hit the like button as we tune in. All right? You know what it is, Unique Mecca Audio, man. We here, man. We're going to talk about, Cory Holcomb. He had something to say. He responded to Katt Williams about, his comedian friend that was staying with him being gunned down in his, the place that he was staying at. So what do y'all think about that? Let's go. Let's put it in the comments. We're going to play Cory Holcomb. But before we go any further, do you think that would be considered snitching if Cory Holcomb if Katt Williams tells what he knows about this situation? Somebody put it in the comments and let me know. Because, everybody got this version of what telling it is and what not telling is. But let's see what Cory Holcomb got to say. And we're going to try and figure out why this happened. What could have been the motive? All right.
As people continue to wait for the details surrounding the shooting of veteran comedian Reggie Carroll, speculation continues on what exactly took place last week in Mississippi. According to sources, the man charged for the shooting, 6'8" Tarnell Williams, served as a security guard for Katt Williams, a part of Katt's latest comedy tour. Now, new information would also reveal through an eviction notice that the suspect, along with others, were residents at the home where the shooting took place. It would also be revealed that the Baltimore...
Whoa, eviction notice. I mean, that somebody was having financial trouble if they had an eviction notice. Could all of this had been a part of the stress that added up to it, that maybe one didn't have the funds to pay, they had for the rent? Or could it have been that one may have ate, the food that one brought in the house and may have put in the refrigerator that belonged to him, and he said something and it got out of hand, and being that, Reggie Carroll is known to be a fighter, and, the brother that's charged with doing the shooting, he's supposed to be 6'8", he's the security guard, but they say that Reggie Carroll holds his own. So you could think they could have been fighting over, financials in the house, being that they had an eviction notice. Somebody put in the comments. We're going to get to the bottom of this. All right. Let's keep it moving.
The more comedian was staying in Mississippi in connection to the tour. And it has now been confirmed that Carroll was also a resident of the home.
No one's talking right now.
Camp Earl Mitchell says he's known Reggie for years.
They had moved down there with Katt, while they was on tour. So they was on tour together, so he had moved down there. We talked like a few days, whatever, before his passing, and it was no indication to me that he was around no one like that.
According to WREG News, Carroll was shot multiple times by a 12-gauge shotgun.
Damn. Multiple times by a shotty. You know what that means, right? Multiple times by a shotty. So that means that he had to cock it a couple of times. That means he was very angry. Put it in the comments. What do you think that means, that he was shot multiple times with a shot? It's not a hand joint. This is a shotty. Come on, somebody tell me.
Now, during a press conference on Wednesday, DA Matthew Barton would also reveal that Katt Williams does not own the house, and that it appears that he was not present during the incident, despite his connection to both men.
You see, like right now, everybody's looking for some reason to get on Katt Williams because he done let the cat out the bag that all the big dick deviants is going to get caught up in 2025, and the trickle-down effect has started. So I know everybody praying on the downfall that don't like the real. You know what I mean? But round of applause to Katt Williams for starting it. Round of applause to Katt Williams. Round of applause. Round of applause. Relax. Relax, man. Relax. Could we ride? Hey.
Now, a part of the reactions taking place across social media and in the comedy world, Cory Holcomb has now broken his silence about his friend being killed. Back in 2022, Carroll was a guest on Holcomb's 5150 show, and they appeared to be pretty close, as Carroll would even document himself visiting Holcomb during a stop in Baltimore.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? What's up, brother? What up? Here with my nigga Reg and this motherfucker. Reg, and I call him like Scratcho times 2. Motherfuckers be supersonic motherfuckers. They little, so you take it for granted. Then you find out later, oh shit.
See, right there, he already said that Reggie Carroll was a fighter. And the other brother was the security guard in 6'8". Could the other brother maybe have tried to throw his weight around while Katt wasn't there and tried to tell, Reggie Carroll, man, you need to get your foot up off this couch. You need to move. That's where I sit at. Why you touch that food I put in the fridge? Nah, I put it there and you ate what I put in there yesterday. That's the problem when you got men living with you and there's no understanding. Not saying that's what the issue is, but we trying to get to the bottom of this, because what we doing, we riding. All right.
But talking about saying you're doing what you did. Thank y'all.
Now, in his broadcast on Tuesday night, Holcomb would open up about his reaction to the news and would claim that Carroll must have been ambushed for this to have happened to him.
Ambush? How do you figure he get ambushed out of this? Somebody put this in the comment. Please put in the comment, where does ambush come in if it was just him and the shooter there, or was someone else there? Let's figure it out. Y'all put in the comments if you got answers.
But I will tell you this. Reggie Carroll was no joke. That's why he was used as a comedian and security. If I know Reggie, he's going to check what ain't going right.
Could him checking what ain't going right be the cause of his demise? Sometimes we got to watch what we say and who we say it to, because everyone is not in the same frame of mind as you to receive it the way you're giving it.
That's what I know about that nigga. I done seen the nigga get into it with Mumph and him. That's how we bonded. When he beat up the security guard down there at the Laugh Factory, was bigger than Reggie and everything. But when Reggie hit that nigga, he got ambushed, y'all.
How do you figure ambush? Somebody tell me how ambush falls into this. I'm really confused right now.
Oh, I know that. He wasn't on his shit. He probably was in familiar surroundings. That's how you got him, whoever got him.
At one point, Holcomb would even put a spotlight on Katt Williams' connection to the incident, suggesting that Williams should be forthcoming of what information he would have for Carroll's family.
We don't.
So bottom line, he's saying he's supposed to, I feel he's supposed to let Carroll's family know. Let me say that for the record. He's definitely supposed to let Carroll's family know. But do y'all think that he should go to the police and let them know so that the family could get justice and closure? Put it in the comments. So don't say I said yes or no. I just want to know. Y'all put it in the comments, because I look at things a little different, because I stand someplace different than y'all stand. But we're going to keep this moving.
I don't know everything that happened, but I know this. And I'm bold enough to say this, no matter where I'm at. Reggie was a wild boy. Katt is a wild boy. Something happened where Reggie didn't make it home. And if I got Craig on the road with me and something happened to him on the road, I'm going to make sure his people know what happened.
So bottom line, he's saying that he's supposed to tell his people, and he is supposed to tell his people. I'm going to say that, definitely supposed to tell his people, but should he go to the authorities? But then again, could we ride? If Katt took Reggie Carroll out on the road and something happens to Reggie Carroll, is Katt responsible for what happened because Reggie Carroll was under his watch? Put it in the comments. Can't say no plainer than that. because my peoples come up and see me from out of state all the time. If something happened to them, then that falls on me because I'm supposed to make sure I take them and keep them in a safe environment and get them back home. Let's ride. All right, because I had some homies come in, from down south, from another area around. So now when they come and we moving around, New York is 3 car deep. Let's talk around. So it's 3 car deep, we moving around, and I'm telling them like, all right, come on, let's load up, let's get ready to go. When we ready to go, 1 car load is over here, 2 is in the bodega, 2 is in the weed spot, 2 is over there, and the other 2 is in the club, And now I'm feeling the vibe, or let's say someone told me, yo, time to break out, something getting ready to jump off. Now I got to run around, rounding up 8 dudes. Now, they getting mad because I'm telling them, yo, come on, let's go. Now they feel, because they bosses too, so they feel like, how you going to tell me what to do? Yo, you on my turf. I know what's going on. When I'm on your turf, I know you know what's going on. So if you say, let's go, I'm going and getting my black ass in the car. But instead, the group that came up, they was all over the place, And when I tried to explain to them that my job is to make sure you get back to the hotel safe and to make sure you get on that highway safe. And then it's your job to drive home safe down that highway. But I can't keep you safe if 2 is over there, 2 is over there, and I got to round y'all up, because what if somebody starts shooting? And now you're in 4 different places. Now I got to run around to 4 different places and sticking around the gunshots because I can't leave my peoples. I got to get involved now when I had an opportunity to leave because my comrade said, it's getting ready to pop. Right, let's ride. Back in the day, right, this is the way I move with my team in New York. This is the way I raise my team, right? When we roll out and we go, let's say, to the Savoy Manor, when I'm ready to leave, I just yell, you know what I mean? Ayo! And they yell back, aye! And then we head towards the door. When we get out to the car, you know what I mean? I yell, ayo! And they yell, aye! And then we all get in the car at the same time when we pull out. It's no lingering behind. It's no Johnny still finishing a bottle, Johnny talking to a girl coming to meet Kenny. I don't want to hear none of that crap. When I say, ayo! All you do is say, aye! And move out. It ain't that hard, because we don't want nobody to catch up. Gunshot. Is that understood? So don't go out nowhere. I'm going to tell you some more, Chanel, but let's get back to Cory Holcomb in this.
I'm going to make sure, man, look, man, we was out there and bam. Okay. I don't know what happened out there in Mississippi. I don't know why they say his body was moved. I don't know what the fuck happened. All I know is that looked like it was going to clash from the beginning.
Now, as of this writing, it is unclear.
You heard him? That looked like it was going to clash from the beginning. Because, see, let's put it this way, right? See this brother right here, right? And you just seen Cory Holcomb. Could you imagine Cory Holcomb, a comedian, snapping on this dude? Do you think his skin is thick enough to take it? Do you think his skin is thick enough to take it? Or do you think maybe, Cory Holcomb was snapping on him, talking about you broke, that's why you just a security guard. It could have been anything, And do you think he just got in his feelings and maybe told, what's my man name? Reggie Carroll. Excuse me. Reggie Carroll said, yo, Reggie, won't you leave me alone, man? I'm really getting aggravated. And he just kept jugging because Reggie know he's a fighter. And it's like, nah, we was already playing. You don't decide when to stop. Well, see, when you're dealing with men, when a man say it's enough is enough is enough. Just like when a woman says no, means no. So when a brother says stop, when a sister tell her sister, her man stop, and he keep going and jugging and jugging and jugging, whatever comes after that, that means that you initiated that with your actions is what got that reaction. And do you think that maybe he was snapping on this dude and he couldn't take it? Y'all put in the comments, man. We need it. If anybody know what happened with this situation, please let me know.
When Tarnell will make his first court appearance, as he currently is being held with no bond.
All right, so that's where we at, right? So then we get the police coming in, they saying all this, but we don't need to get into all that. I just want to know, what do y'all think about, this whole situation with Katt Williams, being sequestered, by Cory Holcomb to come clean and let it know what's going on. He definitely should let the family know. I'm going to say that. But I want y'all to put in the comments, should he go to the police and let them know it? And if he go to the police and let them know it, do you think that social media would then roast Katt for being a rat? After Katt done did so much for the culture by trying to warn the big dick deviants to chill. Would you consider Katt a rat if Katt went and said, yeah, this is what happened, right, and gave a statement, and then now he's standing, sitting on the stand while his man, the shooter that was his bodyguard, is fighting for his life? Somebody put that in the comments, because that's where it's going to wind up coming down to, because you better believe. But Katt wasn't there, so Katt don't have to say nothing. You know what I mean? I respect Katt, and I definitely got to give Katt a round of applause because he did a lot for the culture that everybody slept on. All right, relax. Now, right, let me ride. I got a question, right? The question that I would have for Katt Williams, if I had a chance to ask Katt Williams one question, right? It's a two-part question. But I asked him, did you have any idea that that Club Shay interview you did was going to go viral and make him over $1 million? And the second part is, what did he break you off, dog? You know what I mean? How much did Shay give you out of that? It might not have been too much, because after Shay got in trouble, you know what I mean, for paying 25 grand a piece for each cheek to clap them together, 50 grand to clap cheeks. You know what I mean? Katt kind of went in on him a little bit, but Katt did try and warn him. Monique tried to warn him. I know he didn't give Monique nothing, but do y'all think that Shay gave Katt anything out that bag? And do you think he gave him enough out the bag? That's a good question, because we don't know right now why Katt went up there after the fact. Or maybe that was just them piecing the videos together from old interviews, that they saying that Katt went in on Shay. Y'all put it in. Do you think that Katt knew that the video was going to go viral where it made over $1 million? And do you think that Shay gave him something? Do you think Shay should have gave him something? And do you think Katt have a right to be mad if Shay didn't give him nothing? Y'all put that in the comments. Y'all let me know. That's where we at. Make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Unique Mecca Audio, right? But what y'all have to understand is, when you go out of town, when you bring someone out of town, you're responsible for that person till you get them back home. Now, when something happens there, of course you come home and you tell the family. You even make sure the body gets back to the family. Just keeping it 100. But do you go to the police and tell them what happened? Do you hand it to yourself, or do you leave it alone? That's why I say don't get involved in the street, because it ain't worth it, and you don't have to answer these questions and be a part of this lifestyle, because it's not worth it. I spent 26 years in federal prison. That's what I've been through. Look at this young man, had his life cut down short. Rest in peace to Reggie Carroll. Rest in peace to Reggie Carroll. But I'm real curious to find out what could have caused this bloodshed. And that's what I want y'all to put in the comments and let me know. All right? Now, we've been on here long enough. Remember, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the like button. And my number is always there if you want to reach me. Now, that's where we at. Let's tap out. All right?
Cheers, cheers, the crime.
What? Fresh out the can of 26,
Yeah.
he back on the strip, getting back in the mix.
Yeah.
What he mentions a gift.
Right.
You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this.
Real.
Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit.
Yeah.
Then you could consider yourself linked in.
Real.
Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in Uptown. They be horn Uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend the air. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish there. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Let's go. Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this.
Real.
Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself linked in. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in Uptown. They be horn Uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend the air. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish there. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.